Everything explained in this video is summarized from the CoinMarketCap, and also please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future XRP news and some other cryptocurrency news in general. Now take a look at this. Is the Ripple lawsuit over? SEC will discuss settlements in the key meeting today. There will be a meeting between the SEC and Ripple today, which will take place behind closed doors. The conclusion of this meeting could have an impact on the case. If the SEC decides to drop its appeal, it may result in institutional acceptance and pave the way for an initial public offering of Ripple, which would open up new opportunities in the cryptocurrency market. As the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is ready to hold yet another meeting behind closed doors on February 13, 2025, the XRP community is understandably more anxious than ever. Because this is the third straight weekly session held by the Sunshine Act, there is a great deal of speculation over the possibility of a resolution to the ongoing lawsuit against Ripple. In December 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filed a lawsuit against Ripple, accusing the company of marketing XRP as an unregistered security. This litigation has had a significant impact on the regulation of cryptocurrencies ever since. The decision that XRP sales to institutional investors were regarded as securities was handed down by a court in July 2023. On the other hand, sales on exchanges were not considered stocks. The SEC, on the other hand, filed an appeal against the finding and challenged the ruling. After some time had passed, Ripple requested a deadline of April 16, 2025, to bring up its official response to the current case. In the meeting that will take place, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, will discuss several important issues, many of which are directly connected to the Ripple case. These issues include the establishment and settlement of administrative proceedings, injunctive actions, and litigation claims, in addition to other matters that are related to enforcement proceedings and checks. Ripple and XRP holders are particularly important to attend this meeting because of the emphasis placed on injunctive proceedings and litigation settlements. This meeting can potentially impact the future regulatory posture that will be taken on the asset. If the verdict is favorable, it might set off a rally for XRP, which could potentially propel the cryptocurrency toward a new all-time high. However, if the Securities and Exchange Commission decides to move forward with its legal activities, the price of XRP may experience a significant decline. Even if the United States government has indicated that it will take a more crypto-friendly approach, there is still optimism that the lawsuit will result in a positive outcome. In addition to affecting price fluctuations, a settlement has the potential to open up significant prospects for Ripple and XRP. The long-awaited initial public offering, IPO, of Ripple, which has been postponed owing to regulatory uncertainties, could be made possible as a result of this. In addition, several financial organizations, including WisdomTree, Bitwise, 21 Shares, and Canary Capital, have submitted applications for exchange-traded funds, ETFs, that are based on XRP, which is an indication of the growing interest among institutions. A resolution may result in a more favorable tax environment for investors and holders of XRP, as well as the approval of the XRP exchange-traded fund. In the meantime, legal developments are still occurring outside of Ripple. Recently, Binance and the SEC submitted a move to the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, asking for a stay of proceedings for 60 days. The legal actions that were begun against Binance 2 years ago under the leadership of Gary Gensler, who was the former chair of the SEC, would be temporarily halted if this request were to be granted. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is now undergoing leadership changes as a result of the incoming administration of President Trump. As a result of Donald Trump's election as president, Paul Atkins has been proposed to succeed Gary Gensler as chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, may continue to take action against Ripple until Atkins' confirmation is finalized, according to legal experts. The 19B-4 application submitted by NYSE Arca to list and trade Grayscale's XRP ETF shares has been approved by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, recognized the filing Wednesday, which is the first stage in the clearance process, according to Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett. Rather than categorically rejecting it, this indicates that the SEC is ready to take into consideration the possibility of approving it. According to Terrett, exchanges that were interested in listing Solana's spot ETFs withdrew their 19B4 applications in December after the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, under the leadership of Gary Gensler, indicated that it would not deal with them. A more open-minded approach to the product is shown by the Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC acknowledgement of the NYSE 19B4 XRP ETF application. The next step, in the wake of the acknowledgement, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, will examine the application to determine whether or not to grant Grayscale's XRP ETF filing. Terrett claims that the duration of this process might be as long as 240 days, beginning with the moment that the regulatory body publishes the file in the Federal Register. Within the next several days, she highlighted that the Securities and Exchange Commission would make the file available to the general public. As a point of reference, other potential issuers such as Bitwise and Canary have also submitted applications to launch XRP exchange-traded funds in the United States. In addition, to list the XRP exchange-traded funds, ETFs, exchanges including CBOE and NASDAQ have submitted 19B4 applications to the SEC. Terrett anticipates that the Commission will also acknowledge similar applications from other potential issuers, given that the regulatory body has previously acknowledged the Grayscale XRP ETF submission. It is important to note that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has approximately 15 days to acknowledge 19B-4 applications for exchange-traded funds, ETFs. The CEO of Ripple reacts. A response was given by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse in response to the acknowledgement. He underlined that he had projected that an XRP exchange-traded fund, ETF, is going to exist and that it is bound to happen. Even though many people initially had doubts about his projection, he claims that his prediction is now coming true. XRP is currently the subject of litigation between the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple, which has led to a significant amount of regulatory uncertainty. Because the SEC is appealing the case, there are rumors that it will not acknowledge or accept any exchange-traded fund, ETF, that is associated with XRP. On the other hand, the present leadership, which has been pro-crypto since it was nominated, chose to disregard these concerns and instead acknowledged Grayscale's application for an XRP exchange-traded fund. An epic declaration. Regarding the SEC v. Ripple case, Nate Gerasi, the president of ETF Store, observed that this action is a significant statement in the case of the SEC versus Ripple. The Social Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, has not yet made a decision regarding whether or not to dismiss the Ripple case. Nevertheless, the fact that it has acknowledged the XRP ETF application suggests that the lawsuit is no longer as significant as it was a few years ago.